I'm back, and hey everyone, this is Umang, and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to do more gesture drawings and poses. So this is the previous stream. This was from the previous stream. So as you can see, I just added few colors, like the blue color, to the drawing, and it looks good, I think. And let's begin. I have one viewer, loud ladka. Hello Mohit bhai, how are you? So go. Let's go with the drawing and let's find what the next reference we have. I think we'll start with this one today. Let's do the same drill. First we'll analyze the pose and then we'll just one second. I think my screen is not recording. Okay, yeah, now I think it's visible. Yep, it's visible. Sorry for that. Okay, so let's first find the gesture how we did it in the previous class. As you can see, he is on his right leg. Right, it's the right one. So the whole balance is on his right leg, and the body is also twisted. As you can see, this gesture, like the torso is going to that way and the pelvis is going to this way, right? So if you can see, we have this line going on. This way, and if we push it, and the arms are going to this way, creating that dynamic angle. And this leg has a good amount of foreshortening going on in this leg. So and this one is just supporting to the overall pose. As you can see, he's on his toe basically. So his whole body's weight is on this foot, right? And he's looking downward. So by using this pose, we can create different character poses into and include a character with this pose in an illustration. So yep, let's begin the drawing. I'll change the color. Maybe I'll change the colors. Black doesn't suit for drawing. A bit of burnt umber, and I'll just adjust the pose, the photo reference. I'll make a bit scale down. Okay, let's begin. First, I'll start with the head. The head is facing downward, looking down, and the torso is sort of tilted. It's a gesture which has a bit tilt going on in the torso part, but it's not that much visible. So if you are drawing it like daily, and you can then see the tilt going on here in the pelvis, and this gesture, this midline, the line of action, and the pelvis. See? And because we are doing it in a quickest way, so that's why I'm not getting into the details. Sorry for that, I'm repeating it again and again, but don't get into details in this stage. Let's warm up our hands. Maybe make it a bit scaled down. This foot has a good amount of gesture going on here. And this one. See? Now this has some tricky like you can see it has been foreshortened a lot, but we'll just push the pose so that we have this foot taking the whole body's weight. See, now the body is sort of tilted a lot towards the left, so I'll just adjust the overall pose, then make the changes. And this arm is almost covering his face, holding the stick. And this hand is just stretched a lot. So you can see his bicep is pumped up, his tricep is sort of relaxed, and we're almost done, almost there. So the thing is, sometimes I also make mistakes while drawing, and that's okay. That's really okay. You can make the changes in the later stage, but first you have to lay down your main shapes. Today we are also going to talk more talk about the character design part, how you can like draw you can draw characters with these sort of poses, because designing a character is one thing, but giving those characters a dynamic pose which has some believability, you can use these kind of references and add some gesture poses into that, so it will create more believability to the character. So this is it. I was not prepared for this pose. So it is just a random thing. Yeah, I just shortlisted these images in the previous class, but never drew it before. So yeah, so as you can see, this is wearing a short. So I'll also talk about the construction method, like not the construction method, but tearing this pose into structure drawing, like a basic structure drawing. How? I'll tell you how. So this is a blocking drawing going on here, but if I wanted to create a structure, like making it into a mannequinization pose, then what I'll do, I'll just divide these shapes into different basic shapes. So the basic shapes that we use in the drawing, in the figure drawings, is cylinders, cube, and sphere. Right. So let's begin with. We already know the torso looks like the stretched sphere, but we are not going to use sphere for that. We'll use cube, because cube is more like easy to handle with in the perspective, and we can show the perspective. We can show the form, this, and the pelvis, because the pelvis is tilted, and we can see the upper face of it. Right. And for the shoulders, it's very easy to put it in spherical way. So yeah. And for the legs, you can just divide it into cylinders. For this one, this is also the cylinder, and this helps you to visualize the pose in 3D like space, and it will help you to understand the form. And when you understand the form, you understand the contour line, and after the contour line, you can, when you will add values, when you will add shading into the drawing, then you will know where the light is and where the shadow is. See, the sphere, and here we'll add another sphere for the pelvic joint. This, you can see this one, and we'll add the joint for the elbow. I learned this method from the Procos channel, and shout out to him. Like, he inspired me a lot in drawing. Like, basically, when I was learning, his channel helped me a lot, and I still learn from him sometimes when I stuck into anatomy, because anatomy is something which we have to learn from most of the other artists, like lots of other artists and references and all. And yeah, you can see I just broke the gesture pose into basic structure. For the head, we'll use the Loomis method. And for the neck, it's simple cylinder. For the spine, we can use this normal structure, and the fit can be break out into this shape. So here we go with the next pose. We'll start the next pose after this. So I'll just group this up. That's it. Let's begin the next pose. It's okay. Pose 1. Let's find what's the next image. Hi Sumit, how are you? And let's friends, what we have now. Okay. Maybe let's do this one. This is also sort of a dynamic pose. First we'll analyze it and then we'll draw it. So let's begin. Thanks bro, thanks. So one of my colleague, we were working together in my first job. So he's in the live. So how are you, bro? And he's a great artist. You can check his work. So let's begin. First, let's see how the balance is distributing. So if you see, his balance is sort of 60-40. Like most of his weight is on this foot, and then the other is this foot. So the pose, that's why the pose is going forward, because the foot is handling this the weight of the body. So first we see that, and then let's see how the overall gesture is going on. So first we'll see this. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, this works. So the head is tilted a lot. Like we are not seeing his facial feature, so we are only seeing the side of the face, like the back side of the face. So this, right? And then his body is sort of tilted this way. This is not fully profile view, like as it appears to be. It is something like this. Right? And then the pelvis area, like first the pose gesture is going that way, and then it is creating this. 1 second. Yeah, this, and then the overall yeah, this goes like this and on this fit. So we can just exaggerate this pose further in the drawing. We'll see that again. And then the hands are making like the hands are creating good gesture. So let's see. This hand is going backward, then it is turning and holding that knife. So it is sort of creating that swirly motion, and which is good for gesture. And then his other hand is also just creating that dynamic angle. Like for the dynamism, if we see a force is going to this way, and then to break this up, we'll just twist this form. Like for the hands, like when I was doing Bridgman study, that time I saw one pattern that he always followed. Like the arms is going that way, and then his wrist, he just drew the wrist sort of that way. So it creates this dynamic angle in the hand pose. If I draw this hand in a normal way, it is also creating like a motion. But when we draw this hand as fully stretched way, then it is also creating that dynamic angle. So yeah, and this is sort of fully stretched, like you can see this, and fully stretched to that way. So okay, I think the analysis is good enough for us to begin the drawing. Let's do drawing again. So let's do it. Okay. Let's begin with the head. I'll draw the head with the Loomis method. If you want to know more about this, you can check other videos. Like people have already posted like hundreds of times about the Loomis method. And if you want me to explain that, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll try to explain what I learned through it from the Loomis structure, pose, and all. So yeah, this head and the shoulder is so much tilted that it creates this dynamic angle, and the torso is tilted. While drawing in digital, I always run out of canvas. I have to adjust it again and again. So let's see the pelvic structure. I will just push this a bit more. Okay. You see, his body is sort of tilted a lot. I think I have just made some mistake here. Let's do it again. So that's the beauty of live streaming. What I saw, like if you are seeing this pre-recorded video, you'll only see the good drawings that those artists are making, and you are not seeing the mistakes that they are making. Maybe they have made around 5 to 10 sketches before uploading and editing it, but now I'm doing it live, and you can see the mistakes that I make. So when you will draw, you will also maybe you will also make the same mistakes, and you can just, it's fine. That's how we learn. See, this is going to that, and then I'll use that structure method for now to make myself comfortable with this shape. And then let's draw this foot. I think I have to adjust it a bit more. Okay, this head could be more bigger and further from the body. It's a challenging pose. I'm not saying it's the easiest one, but that's a good one, because if I only draw the normal poses and which are simple, there's no point of drawing those poses, because I won't learn, I won't make mistake, and I won't do the draw over. And guys, if you want your any feedback on your drawing, you can just fill out the form and upload your images in the, I have just posted yesterday. So upload your image, maybe tell me where you are stuck with your art learning journey, and maybe I could help you with that. One of the viewer, I thought he will do that, but he didn't. So maybe next stream you can do that. For now, let's leave the hand and just make this one. Okay, and maybe this foot. Yeah, so we have this foot, this leg towards the viewer, right? So it is sort of tricky to pull this up towards the viewer. So maybe this goes like this, and then the we'll push this further, make it more bigger for now. Yeah, and then I won't add details now. As I said before, this is only the gesture drawing and finding the right angle and pose from the reference. And that is something which I look a lot. People are drawing great, they are rendering great, but their gesture is missing. Because of my animation background, I learned this thing about the appeal and the gesture. If there isn't the pose doesn't have gesture, gesture is basically the pose is in motion. So we have a still image, but we can just push the design to make it more uh, like actually making it more appealing, so that the viewer can feel the motion. It doesn't look static basically. Yeah, this is going to that way, and this foot is up more towards the other direction, and it is in perspective, so this foot will be a bit shorter. So for this foot it is something like this, goes this way, and then the foot is tilted towards this way. So in structural way, I like this structural drawing. It helps me to understand the 3D form, and you can also practice these sort of drawings. It will help you to understand what you are drawing, not just following the reference blindly, but to understand what is going on under the hood. So yeah, and the knee is sort of this way. Let's do it, make it a bit smaller. And then, sorry, my throat is hurting. Okay, then we'll see the twist, how the hand is twisted, the arms, the forearms. And yeah, when you're drawing, just be cautious about the proportion. I'm not saying just don't like following the proportion as it is and seeing one every single detail and trying to make all things in a same proportion. I'm not saying that, but try to be somewhere like close to the reference image. That will help you to understand, because adding details is, we can do it later. And then the knife. So he already pulled the knife, and his cover basically lies there. button graph, and the handle here. So yeah, this is where everything, and the this hand is also in perspective, so that's why it's sort of a bit of foreshortened, not that much, but it is foreshortened. See, I think we have make this. So if you want, you can just find this reference image in my Pinterest and draw with me when I start any drawing. So if you can, then do it. I'm challenging myself to draw it daily. So I was late. My schedule was around 7:30, but I was late. But yeah, this is life. It will test you, it will tear you, and then it will bend you over and over again until you will mold into a perfect art piece. That's my analogy. I think we have just pushed it a lot. Maybe making it a bit closer to the body. See, this is the way, and the head turns to that way, his nose, his chins. Maybe let's add a bit detail to make it more intriguing details, like this way. And then yes, final hands. For hands, I have made a video totally on hand drawing, so you can check that one. But for now, I'm just drawing what I see, but pushing the design a bit so that it has that flow, it has that dynamism. I feel the dynamic word itself has a dynamic angle, like dynamism. So that's why I like to speak, I like to pronounce this word. Okay, let's see. Yep, it's going good. Yeah, now again, the other pose, other drawing, we'll do only 3, and then we'll jump into a portrait drawing, but expressive portrait drawing, not making it as it is, but characterizing that person's photo. So we'll do it after one more pose. So again, let's group this up. Okay. Pose 2. We have pose 1 and then pose 2. And okay, this is the previous one. Let's see what we have now. What we have now. So guys, if you are drawing, so use PureRef. That's a good software, and it's an open source. You don't have to pay anything, but it's a lifesaver. You can put your any reference image, and it will just carry any reference image, any for as long as you want. So I think we'll just make this pose because it is sort of detailed but have some good gesture going on. So let's begin. As always, we'll analyze the pose. I'll dim the image, make it a bit less opaque, then draw over it. Okay, so we can clearly see the gesture which is going on. This clearly it is visible. Her stomach line, her midline is going, and then it is supporting this head. Then this feet is stretched, so we have clear gesture pose. I was seeing it a bit like hard, but now I can see the pose and the gesture. See, it's quite simple. And then the hands are supporting the pose, the body, basically this way, and this is straight, and the body has quite straight and curves going on, like in this way. In this way, the body is quite stretched, and this is the rule of the body, the muscles and all. If one side is stretched, then other side will squash, other side will contract. So when the bicep is contracted, then the tricep would be in the relaxed pose, so we'll draw it in a straight angle, right? So as we can see, this one here, the body is quite stretched from here, but we have squash going on here. See? So same, the bean method, this stretch, this. And because the body is sort of tilted, so we'll see this bean. So in a normal way, when something is stretched, the other part will squash. It's a physics, not a rocket science, so don't have to scratch your head. See, this one. So yeah, and the same happens here for the neck. Neck is stretched from this side, but it is squashed from the other side. So this sort of pattern follows all over the body. Okay, let's begin the drawing. I'll make it opaque, a bit smaller, and then we'll draw it. Okay, let's begin with the head, finding the right position. For now, we'll only draw as a spear, then the head, the neck, right? The body, the torso has a good amount of stretch going on here. So here we have stretching, and here we have squashing. And the other landmarks we can use as these two lines. Some things I couldn't explain. It's sort of instinct after drawing so many hours. So I can see those things. But to explain, I am just drawing it so that you can see it. And then the pelvis and thighs. This leg is sort of towards the upper direction, but what we'll do is we'll just make it a bit more towards up, so that it will create the dynamic angle. And then because it's um, curved, so we'll make it straight. It's sort of straight. This one. And then the knee part. Yeah, so you can see this curve going on, so you can also draw it straight way to save your time, or maybe add a squash, add a curve and then straight. That also works, as long as you understand the pose. I tell you one realization. When I began gesture drawing first, like initially, I was not happy with my drawings. I was not happy how I was doing it, and the result was not there, and I was just doing the gesture poses mindlessly. But eventually, after some time, I can see the difference in my drawings. I can see uh, the observation that I was having with it. I can see the pose, I can see the action, and one side that helped me a lot was quick pose. I still use it sometimes. So you can also use those that website. It's a free website, and you can just use it for your quick gesture drawing practice. It will constrain you for the time. You can select your timing, you can select the timer, you can select the images, and you just draw. See, we have this angle going on here. Then to support the body, she is on what do we say this? What do we call it? Flat. I don't know. I'm not getting the word. So this, and the body is supporting the hands are supporting the body. So now we'll see how the stretch is going on. The arms are here, so the landmarks. Our arms are sort of tilted to this way, so we'll just push the shoulder a bit more, and this hands. So you have to see the negative space as well to make your drawing more resemble, like your drawings should resemble the reference as well. And don't be discouraged with your first drawings. You will improve. You will improve eventually, but you have to draw it again and again, and study it. Study your reference first and then draw it. I'm doing it in a quickest way because I know people don't have that much time, and they don't have that much patience to view these videos, like these long videos. So if you have the patience, and I'm sure you have those patient with you, because art teaches patience. So if you have, you can see it. So that's why I'm trying to make it in a speed format, but I'm not editing it anyway. It will be there. Okay, so let's see. And then the other hand. So what I was when I was saying the negative space, I already told before, you have to look these sort of spaces. This negative space, this negative space, this one, and the negative space which it is creating here. That will help you to understand where the drawing is going wrong when you compare the drawing with your reference. So try to see those. Oh, sorry, I think I have drawn the reference. That happens a lot of the time. Let's do it. Okay, I'll make it a bit smaller too. And then the other hand is going to this way. So when you are liking the pose, which happened with me in the previous video, I was getting into the details, and then I got overwhelmed by the pose. So I am not going to make the same mistake again. I'm just going to draw it quickly. For me, it's sort of a new experience to draw and talk at the same time. So guys, please bear with me. I'll learn. We all will learn eventually. And your comments and likes will give me some sort of motivation to continue this live stream. So if you like this, you learn something, you can just comment, like, or maybe subscribe if you want to see those sort of videos. And yes, I'm going to make a lot of different videos from now. So I have a lot of plans to do it after. Okay, and then let's see close up shot. Okay, so her hair is already not that much showing, so maybe we'll add from our own side. I'll add her hair in that way because she is swinging, so her hair is going to this way, creating that motion, or maybe breaking that from the midways to give that gesture. And maybe one string is from her head. I don't know, I'm just trying. Maybe giving this motion to her hair. It feels good. Maybe we can turn her head a bit downward. It will also give more gesture, like a bit more stretched. See? And then I have a lot of things to talk about, but we'll do it one step at a time. Okay, I have made another mistake. Yeah, I think this works. See? And then, okay, I forgot about this uh, fit. Okay, let's see where her foot. So this fit is looking sort of straight, but we'll push it further. That's the beauty of drawing from the reference. Don't hesitate to take reference, do your research, and then start drawing. Maybe adding, like making these ropes not same but a bit more swinging. The final goal of illustration or drawing poses or character is that it should look good, it should have feel into it. Not realism is not my motive here, but to make, to learn, and make drawings that are visibly aesthetically pleasing and also which has life in it. See, this drawing looks good. I think it looks good. Let's add one layer and color this up to make it a bit different. So yeah, maybe not blue, maybe a gray color. Yeah, so it will help us to see the pose. And maybe for her here we can add another shade, because there isn't any here. I just added by myself. That's what an artist can do. We have the full control. For our drawing, maybe adding some shades so it will look good. It has some 3D form going on. Yeah, this is sort of shell shading, so that will also work. Okay, to differentiate, I'll just make this flat space a different color so that we can see the drawing. Right? See how good it is. Like, I am quite satisfied with my drawing right now. I can push it further, but for now it is good. Let's do it. The pose 3. And the final drawing is going to be a portrait drawing, but in a gestural, in a expressive way. I'm not going to copy the portrait and make it exactly as a realistic portrait. I could do it, but I don't want to do it. I have pulled one reference image previously. Let's find it. Do I have that? Yeah, we have one. This one. I like this image. Sorry. It has quite good expression going on here. So quickly, as a bonus, we'll just draw it. If you are still here, so thanks for the time you have given to the video, and maybe if you have some drawing to get some feedback from my side, then you can just post that drawing in the channel. Okay, let's begin. First we'll analyze the basic shapes. We have this square, we have this shape going on, elliptical shape. Her face can be seen as a potato. Potato face. Feature can be added later. And the overall feel is this. Right? Now if I start the drawing, I'll start with the head drawing. Okay, I think we should keep it till here. I'll do it in the next live stream, where I'll just focus on the face drawing part, because we are doing poses. I should not change the topic here. So maybe we could do another pose. Let's see if we have. We don't have another pose. This I've already drew. This one is also done. Maybe I'll pull one reference from the Pinterest. Let's find one. Let's find it. Okay, where should we go? Should we draw an animal pose? What do we say? No, I think we'll see dynamic pose if we can find one. Dynamic pose. Images. Okay. I found one which is good. Yeah, it's good. It has good gesture going on. And the structure is also sort of heroic pose. I'll also add impure ref for my references. So again, let's start with the same thing. We'll start with analyzing the pose first, and then we'll draw it. I think it's quite simple. This, we can see it's a straightforward curve. So I'll just make it a bit opaque, less opaque. Yeah, the body, the torso and the head. So before drawing, we also have to see the perspective, the angle of the body, the angle of the furrow. So it the face is sort of tilted upward. So it's not the straight face this way, it's sort of tilted. How riot characters and the splash art, they are using these sort of angle. See, this is the angle that there is. So the body will be different from that angle as well. So let's see, the midline is going this way. What we'll do, we'll draw this pose in a bit, like I'll do second pass in this drawing. Like first I'll draw a gesture. Okay, I'll draw a gesture, and then I'll make a bit detailed version and characterized this pose, this one, in a particular character. So let's see, the pelvic, and this has the angle, and you can guess the weight is on 3 part, 1, 2 and this one. This doesn't have that much weight, it is only handling the weight of the arm, but the most of the weight is on this foot. So that's why it's sort of tilted, so creating this and this angle. In character design, this is a good pose. See, this one. And let's see, the body is normal, the feet is normal. Yeah, in this we can see there is no bend, it's sort of straight, but the bend is coming from the foot. So this is also one thing. The arm is quite straight, the other arm has this angle, and the head is sort of tilted this way. See, and then when we create this and push this design further, then you can see how it is going to look. I'll just minimize this stick figure, make it a bit opaque and a bit smaller. Okay, let's first see how much time we have left. 1 second. It's been around, I don't know, how can we see the timing? Okay, it's been 63 minutes. Great. So let's do 15 more minutes and we'll then end the streaming. Okay, let's do it. I'll begin with the overall pose. Let's start with the head. As I said before, it is already tilted. You can save this image, it's a good reference point for the character design. and the lighting condition is also good. See, and then the torso is sort of tilted here. And the body pose, the pelvic, see, and the shoulder is taking a lot of attention here. So we'll just try to push the designer further more, making the hip goes forward but tilted at the same time, so we don't lose the force. So his one foot sort of tilted. See this, and then the arm, this arm and this feet is taking a lot of this feet is taking the weight, so try to keep it up, and then see this one. And because the fit is almost this leg is almost straight, but we'll add some curvature, the shin bone curve, the knee, the shin bone curve, and yeah, see, this has a sort of good detail here. We'll try to pull more structure in it so that we don't lose the drawing. Yep. And then we'll use the construction method to make this structure so that it helps us to see the arm that is foreshortened. And the arms, the hands are sort of flare from this side, the thumb and the wrist. So I can draw it later. And because the body is still like the camera angle is from this side, this angle, like the lower angle, so that's why we are seeing this curve here for the chest part, and every curve is going to this way. Straight curve, straight curve. See, I'm pushing the drawing up more. As I said before, there is a contraction going on, but there is straight formation. Here it's curved because it's contracted, and here it's stretched. So sort of making a curve and straight formation. So his arm, and then okay, the hands are good to go with this pose and this one, and then we can add that X. If it's a gaming character, then we can boost that axis, like the size of it, so it will look like a proper weapon. But we are not drawing a gaming character right now, so I won't do that. But maybe I could do it. Let's do it. Make it bigger, chunkier. That's how it will look. Okay, and then the sword, but first let's draw the fingers. I'll group this finger up. And this hands will go this way. The sword. Okay, I think I just made it more. So it is creating this formation as well, the triangle formation. So we can use that as an illustration purpose. See how it looks like. Losing that sword feel, straightening it up and then making it more straight. See, the pose looks awesome. It is looking good. We can push the design more. But for now, I think that is good enough. We can treat this as a structure formation. Yep. And adding a line for the muscles here. This looks good. Adding that a bit detail. A bit grin. his beard. You can see how it has the dynamic proportion. I can push further, but for now I think that's good enough to make it. So as I'll add more detail and more details, it will become less expressive, because we are adding details and we have more to see. But this time this is sort of minimal design, so that's why we can see the pose itself, the flow. And I can push this flag furthermore. To have this dynamic angle. See? Maybe adding a layer of blue color. Not blue, it's sort of purple, but yeah, differentiating the tone for hairs, for beard, maybe for the X.